What's up, everybody?
Hey guys, welcome back. Kevin,
Joe.
and we are here with another episode of Mad Men.
Oh yeah, Don Draper at his finest. Here we go.
Loving this show. We've only watched 4 episodes. The last one we got a kind of a look into the complexity of Pete Campbell.
And sleaze bag, but you get it.
He totally is very unlikable and everything. But then you kind of get to see like there's a lot going on with him, and I like the fact that I think this show over time is really going to let us get the depth of the characters. Because remember the Marriage of Figaro?
Yeah.
We got a real good look at the cracks in Don Draper.
Yeah, his past is still a little mysterious.
Yeah, and I think that's going to get parsed out over time, would be my guess.
Seasons, they're bound to get into something.
I think it's 7.
Oh, 7? Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying 5 seasons.
I think 7, but at any rate, we're going to go through all of it.
There's multiple seasons, yeah, but we're going to get through it. And, Pete, up front, they kind of show you his backstory, his insight, his insecurities.
Right.
How he doesn't want to be his father, essentially.
Yeah, and I kind of respect that idea. He's trying to do his own thing outside of his family name. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, I think he's also like, he sees that his dad married into his mom's family.
Yeah, his dad's terrible. Yeah, you're right.
And his wife, Pete's wife, his wife now, they got married.
Alison Brie.
His parents also have money, which let's be real, all their parents have money in the show.
Right.
And he doesn't want to play the same role. He was very hesitant about taking the money from her dad because he doesn't want to be in that position.
That's interesting that you bring that up, and I remember, because I was thinking, like, is this everybody? Because I remember Roger Sterling, who I love, the great John Slattery,
yes,
was talking about all of his nannies he had growing up and stuff, so obviously rich. But Don is the one when his wife said, "Did you have a nanny?" And he's like, "Of course not," but he didn't want to talk about his past.
Yeah.
There's a real chance that the one person on the show that didn't grow up affluent, I mean, I could be wrong, is Don.
All we really know is that he served.
Yeah,
he's really good at his job.
Right,
he's married, obviously.
But he could have been the one guy in the show that came from nothing.
He could be. I mean, I want to see how he got to his position then.
Right. I mean, this is like a real exploration of the American dream here on this show, obviously, and the bastardization of it. But the idea of having a character, and such a prominent character, right, and successful character, coming from absolute nothing into a world of people who are handed everything.
That still happens today a little bit.
Of course,
but I feel like back then, it was easier. You could hustle your way to the top back then. Now it kind of feels like the deck is loaded.
The deck is very loaded.
You know what I mean?
People are born on third base now.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure, yeah.
And they're showing that in the show, like we said, but I mean, who's to tell? So
right.
We'll see.
I'm looking forward to seeing, because this show's great.
Yeah.
We do want to welcome 4 new Patreon subscribers over the last few days. So Bal Krishna, Cam, Valon, and Krista Knight, thank you so much and welcome. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
And for those of you watching on YouTube, please, please, please hit the like button, leave us a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like Kevin said on Patreon, we had 4 new subscribers there. And if you want to see the full-length reaction to this video, it's over there on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have your own copy.
Right.
We're watching AMC Plus. It's available for free in other websites, but it does have ads. Skip through the ads. If you have a box set, that works as well.
Yep.
On Patreon, we're also doing Succession, and we're about to be up ahead on Ted Lasso.
Yep, we're 4 episodes ahead right now. We got up, as we promised last week, on the West Wing. So good stuff there over on Patreon for those of you who are interested.
Oh, yeah. That's our spiel.
We are getting swifter. That's so iconic, that back shot right there of Don.
So many posters like that,
Yeah, oh yeah.
James Bond. Jesus.
Yeah,
Besides, no one
he's a
wants
good-looking
to look
man.
Like they care about awards.
I also won an advertising award.
Look at you in this tuxedo.
We are.
Yeah, he looks amazing. Oh
man,
got their drink on.
Oh yeah. We need a count of like how many cigarettes and how many drinks Don has per episode.
Right. He's got a problem.
He does.
She's making us breakfast.
Sally, Mommy has a headache.
Yeah.
That thing.
Greasy hamburgers, best hangover cure. Yeah.
I like corned beef hash.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Same deal, right? Yeah.
He doesn't really give himself much credit, does he?
Oh, well, that's interesting. Metaphor, baby.
Yeah. But also, like, he's like, Daddy's boss won an award. She's like, you did too.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Mr. Draper.
Oh, I was just telling Peggy I got a short story published. Good for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The Atlantic Monthly.
That's actually a big deal.
Congrats indeed. A thing like that.
A thing like
You're
that.
a writer. You write. Good. You want to read one?
I do, but I also want to talk about Liberty Capital savings.
Yeah. Let's start the meeting.
Yeah.
Trying to get the girls in. Families.
Children's accounts. That would be a way to do it.
Yeah.
Liberty Capital private account.
executive account.
Me, and don't ask who or you'll spoil the mood.
Haven't seen her for a while.
I know. Dawn's been good. Oh, no.
Get off the phone, Peggy. No, that is not okay, man. Are you happy you know that, Peggy?
I don't think she knew that he was, like, having
A
extra
philanderer, yeah.
Look, I'm sorry your life isn't a million pieces. Be easier for you to have one less. Being like somebody else. Must be so intense above 14th Street.
Yeah.
Kind of is, actually.
Down on the train.
She's more of his poison.
What's wrong with it? Just tell me. I can tell you don't like it.
Oh, I do.
Is he trying to read?
I love that
I
you're
think he's trying to write his own
Yeah.
story, yeah.
typewriter.
You could run it by Charlie Fittich. He has one of those big publishing jobs, doesn't he?
You were so upset when I told you.
Tell me about what?
Peter,
Tell me about what?
that he was my first.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's some history you're trying to manipulate there, dude.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
This helps make up for that.
That's
you are-
pathetic.
What a dick.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
Pete is just pathetic. I don't. Jesus Christ.
So she's saying go hit. He's saying go hit on your
To get me
ex-boyfriend to get me published,
Just to
and
get
she
back at
and
somebody.
she's not comfortable with it because he's insecure about
He
Ken.
But he's insecure about 110%.
Yeah.
He's just jealous.
Yeah,
Oh, good morning.
Go talk to your ex-boyfriend to get me in the paper.
right. And by the way, you doing this makes up for the fact that you slept with him before we ever dated.
Jesus.
Really?
What?
His name is Adam Whitman.
Adam Whitman.
I think they've mentioned that before.
Dick. I can't believe it.
It's the guy on the train.
Yeah.
It's called him too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Adam. Your little brother?
Oh man.
Does Don have an alter?
Don.
Does he have an alter alias?
He's either got a doppelganger or he rebuilt himself as a new person.
There's a coffee shop 3 blocks west of here. Delight. I'll meet you there at noon.
He might actually be
I don't
Dick
think
Whitman.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's got a alter ego. Not alter ego. He's took on a new alias, I guess.
Yeah. Like Don Draper might not be a real
It sounds like a fake
person.
Name. It sounds like a fake
right.
name. Really does.
Like he might have just like reinvented himself as this
After the
guy
war.
after the war or something. Yeah.
That's
Well, in the war he was Don Draper. He had the medal that said Don Draper.
Oh, he
Remember
did?
in the first episode? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I was trying to figure out if it was his
Yeah,
or not
sure,
the medal,
sure,
but it
sure.
said Don Draper on it. So he was Don Draper before the war.
Wow.
This is on her for listening
I
on that
know.
phone call. I don't feel bad for her for freaking out at all.
I don't either.
Why did you leave me?
Oh man.
Man,
I
yeah.
couldn't go back there.
Yep.
She wasn't my mother. She never let me forget that.
She's gone. Stomach cancer.
Good.
Ooh.
Uncle Mac took it pretty hard. I'd love to eat right now, but I can't.
This is so sad.
Yeah, it really is.
Matters that I publish it.
That's exactly right. though.
Yeah.
Publishers don't care.
It does.
Oh,
creepy.
is he getting creepy?
Trudy, I want to talk to you about something that has nothing to do with this. I miss you.
Ah,
Jesus.
dude,
All
she
right.
just got married, man. This sucks.
Did everybody just cheat back then?
I just think men hit on women relentlessly, regardless. Not that that's changed a whole lot, but
No, still.
Be then.
I want you now. I don't want you old.
this
I don't
sucks.
Nice your voice.
Is she gonna spill
So
the
nice
beans?
to finally meet you in
No,
person.
there's no way. She'd lose her job in 3
This is
seconds if
Sally
she
and
did.
Robert.
Is she looking for Don? She thinks Don's out having an affair,
Yeah.
but he's not. He's out with his brother.
Yeah. See you.
He sees this woman. He saw her the other day. He came back all greasy and calm.
Why tell somebody?
Oh God, no, I really shouldn't have told you.
You shouldn't
Nope.
have told me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell anybody, but you shouldn't have told anybody that.
Yep.
I don't believe you, Joan. I don't believe you at all.
Joan is a viper.
She is.
Who is Donald Draper?
I don't think he knows.
I think that's the big question of the show. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk out that door. That's it. I'm not buying your lunch. Because this never happened.
You're like, can I get a hug?
Yeah.
Don't you just hate it when his mouth runs on and on? Excuse me?
Yeah. Don doesn't talk.
The portrait.
What happened?
Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
We went down some really dumb roads, like bank accounts for children. And
I thought that was my idea.
Yeah.
Roman candle of an idea. Done.
That's a thing, though.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I had one when I was a kid.
Paul has a handle.
An account for a man that is private. The statements come to the office.
Don is having a rough day. He's getting
He is.
his life thrown back at him.
Word. No, that word.
Oh.
I don't have a copy of it, and I wanted to give it to my girlfriend. Hey.
These are children.
I know.
You are a child.
Well, he won't aspire to anything more than what
Right.
he's doing now, so.
Probably because he's so good looking, he can go outside the office for whatever he wants.
Yeah, I think that
Most
too.
of these fellas can't.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
You're his
private
personal assistant. Yeah.
life. Private. Look, if you're even thinking about passing judgment, then you're in the wrong business.
Yep.
Okay.
As bad as
You
he
need to
is, I agree with that.
Yeah.
In her
I
job.
have never come
Sure.
over here and not seen you with a look on your face that said I need a drink.
I didn't know I was competing with you, too.
You lost.
He said he was going to get you published.
That is incredibly swell news. When? Where?
Boys Life magazine.
What? You don't want me to have what I want.
You're going to be published.
You're the worst husband alive.
In the New Yorker.
Yeah.
Or in the Encyclopedia Britannica if I wanted to. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah.
Why would you put me in that position?
How about you apologize and say that's not what you meant and have a nice dinner?
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah.
Because it's exactly what he
Because
does.
he's a boy.
Yeah,
He's a boy.
Idiot.
There's not a snowball's chance in hell that he's going to tell his wife about his brother, but I feel like, oh, he's going to burn it? Oh, God. Don.
Metaphor, baby.
They usually, like, there's selfish principles for sure. Like, he's very much in the game of self-preservation.
Yeah. Is he taking a bunch of money? Is he going to try to bribe him to leave?
Maybe it's like a guilt thing. He's
Right,
like, if someone
yeah.
wasn't there, here's some money.
I think this conversation is we're not going to have a future together at all.
Yeah. They take this money. Go
Right.
step
Take this
away,
money
make
because,
something
I mean, he's a
himself.
janitor. Right.
Yeah. So we're also to believe this is his
Came here
half
because
brother,
I
right?
wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, because the different mom,
I'm
right?
explaining
Yeah.
something to you. I have a life, and it only goes in one direction: forward.
Just him left.
He keeps looking at the briefcase. What's in the briefcase?
If there's a gun in there, I'm going to be very
That's
upset.
what I'm trying to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Thank God. Oh,
they set that up for me to think like
that
Don-
was dramatic.
Don's going to kill his brother
Yeah,
to protect his secret identity.
You thought I was dead. Just go back to thinking that.
That is a complicated man right there. I hope we get more of his backstory than just that. You know what I mean?
hope so
I hope
as
that's not all of it. Because it sounds intriguing.
Yeah. Like each season they peel back the layers. of
Something,
one
yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Maybe we should just buy a summer house.
We're not that flush right now.
No.
Oh.
We kind of learned.
Yeah.
Well, we get it. It makes more. Don makes more sense now. Is why he's so complicated. He's a man that has nobody because he secluded himself. You know.
Yeah, well, because I mean, we had stuff in earlier episodes where everyone's like, "That guy's a that guy's a rock." We have no idea. You know, the execs of the office, like, who's cracked that? No one has. We have no idea who this guy is. it's kind of like he dropped out of nowhere, and now we kind of have a sense of why.
Well, so it's really interesting because it's like we always say how Don doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. He knows who Dick Whitman was.
Right.
But he doesn't know who Don Draper is. He's literally winging it. He
is a created persona.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So it's interesting too because he obviously went into the war as Dick Whitman.
It sounds like it because he had the photo of him in the
I mean, I guess you could do that, right? You could just change your name. I mean, I don't know.
You can't change your name in the military. Like you're on record. I don't know how he becomes somebody else before or after.
Did somebody die that was named Don Draper? He just like swapped the tags.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. If that's the case, I really hope that we get that story.
Because that's the only way I can think of that happening.
He just came back as somebody else.
Well, like he swapped the tag, yeah, like because they said that he died.
Right.
You just swap it.
Oh, so Don
Draper, some guy named Don Draper
is dead and wearing Dick Whitman's
and he just
dog tags, basically.
Yep.
That would be really interesting,
right?
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm thinking because I mean, like, I don't really know how that works.
I don't know. Again, I don't know if they're going to go into it more. I hope they do. I want that answer of how did Dick Whitman become Don Draper? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you and I just finished watching Better Call Saul.
We did.
It's that idea of like the whole show is about one thing: how does Jimmy McGill become Saul Goodman?
Yeah.
And it was great. And I kind of want to see how Dick Whitman here becomes. It doesn't have to be a lot of the show. But I want enough to understand how Dick Whitman becomes Don Draper. How does Don Draper become Don Draper?
It almost feels like Don Draper is exactly. Don Draper is becoming Don Draper.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though he's been in this life for I'm assuming at least 10 years.
Right. We've said before. I feel like this show is a metaphor for chasing the American dream, and no one's actually happy doing it. Even when they get it, they don't seem happy.
It's always that question of now what.
And I feel like that. Yeah. And now I kind of feel like Don is like, oh, he completely built himself into something that he's completely not in that pursuit of becoming someone else.
I mean, that goes way back. To the 60s especially, yeah. They were playing with that theme in the 60s with The Graduate, I mean, at the end of the movie, it's literally they're sitting there like, now we have what we want, what next,
If you're wondering what I'm doing, guys, I am looking up how much $5,000 was in 1960. Because I'm curious, because every time they talk about the money exchanges, I'm like, I don't know to what extent they're really throwing money around.
Now, he didn't make him like, shit rich or anything like that, but he gave him $5 grand.
Right.
That's, like we said, probably a year's salary for him. I mean, he's a janitor, for God's sakes. He's stealing gin from under couches, so... it's such a complex show. It really, really is. And it is funny that we started the episode off talking about how we really don't know anything about Don. And in this episode, we got a lot to his backstory.
Okay. It looks like it's about $50,000.
Holy cow!
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Oh my god! So that's enough to buy a house.
Right.
Two houses.
Well, not two houses now. I mean, $50,000 in money now. But $50,000 now, while it's not, you're right, it's not your rich money. That's not nothing. No. That's a lot of money.
The question is Adam smart enough to do something with it?
I hope so.
Quit your job, go get a job somewhere else.
I would leave New York.
Maybe go to school.
Right.
Leave New York, go to school, settle down.
Yeah.
I mean,
New York, even 1960, I feel like New York's one of those cities it's great to live in if you can really afford to live in New York.
Sure. I mean, you can't afford to live in New York barely, like now.
Right, yeah. You're taking the train to Times Square to work at Bubblegum Shrimp, yeah. You're not living in Manhattan.
Other thing, so Dick Whitman, this whole thing's going to come back for sure. This is not the last we hear of that name, but I'm curious if this is the last we hear about his brother.
I don't know. I hope not. I really hope not.
Find out about his dad. I mean,
right?
They didn't mention his dad at all.
Yeah, and Adam and him had clearly different moms, and Don did not like his stepmother
at all.
Yeah,
so he's got mommy and daddy issues.
Man, there's a lot going on here, and I can't wait to get into it. And I do want to add we did have a little empathy for Pete Campbell in episode 4 and episode 5. I'm back to hating him again.
Yeah,
for what he did to his wife about that idiotic insecurity about a short story.
Pete the pig.
He is.
Alrighty.
How about you just be happy the fact you have a great wife who will do anything for you?
And you're getting published.
Boy's life. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.